What is going on, gamers? Hope you're doing well today, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be debuting Vex on the channel. Vex is the latest release in Wild Rift, and obviously as a mid laner and a mid lane main myself, it makes sense that I'll end up playing her. Took me a little bit of time to match the legendary queue conditions, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously I play more legendary ranked than regular ranked now that it's released, but you actually need 400 champion score in a champion to play them in legendary rank now. So it took me a while actually to get the 400 because she's always banned in ranked queue, so I had to play a bunch of PvP matches, but I did get there in the end. So if I'll be able to play her in legendary ranked as of today, we're going to be watching a replay playing Vex. Just talking about the build, I'm going for the kind of standard mage build I'm doing nowadays, or the standard AP burst build. That is the Luden's Echo into the Prophet's Pendant into the Void Staff. I might do a further video kind of breaking down this kind of more modern build I'm doing nowadays. It's become pretty popular, especially in Europe. A lot of people are doing this build nowadays, where instead of going for the Rabba Rush, since the nerfs to Rabadon's Death Cap, you instead go for this Pendant into Void Stuff. Bottom of the line is basically, it's same price. You end up doing more damage to pretty much everyone, or at the very least you do the same damage to squishier targets, but much more damage to tankier targets. And it ends up evening out for about the same gold price. So that's basically the bottom line of why I go for this build instead of just going for Rabadon's Rush. But there is more of an argument for Rabadon's Rush on Vex due to the fact that she does have defensive AP ratios. Her second ability obviously is the shield, so that is a defensive AP ratio. You don't get any value damage-wise from penetration, whether it be flat or percentage. So there's definitely some merit to going for a more early Rabadon's Rush, but do definitely like this burst build in general. Works out pretty well with her kit. Runes-wise, running the Electrocute right now, pretty standard. Just more bursts, very, very RE style. And I personally like Giant Slayer pretty much all the time. Just such an effective rune against, everyone's building HP. I've talked about it so many times, but Giant Slayer just way too good right now because HP is so prominent in Wild Rift. And then just, green rune is whatever you need. And I like Nimbus a lot lately. Nimbus Cloak. It's a really fun rune to use. Nimbus Cloak is actually really cool because if you have Nimbus Cloak and they don't, if you ever trade flashes, you always win because you get a massive move speed bonus after flashing out. Personally running the barrier on Vex right now. I have been trying Ignite a bit and seeing if you can kind of get away with it like Ari, but I think she's a little bit more defensive compared to maybe something like Ari. Doesn't have quite as much mobility. So, maybe you do need that barrier to survive. But I'm still not 100% sold on if you need barrier as a spell, if you can run the Ignite, but also her range. Unless you're jumping in with that ultimate, you're not really that close to your opponents, so never really super in Ignite range. So maybe that's a good argument for keeping with the barrier or the exhaust against maybe some of the more divey assassins that you probably like to play her into, honestly, because she does like those mobile matchups. So yeah, we'll talk more about Vex's gameplay style in the game during the replay. But yeah, that's what I'm doing for the build. As you know, let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into the game. I'll see you there. So here we are in the game. Believe it or not, that is me, legendary ranked player 1. That's actually one of my Smurf accounts. Just kidding, it's the legendary ranked naming scheme. You guys know all about it. So playing Vex into the Akali here. I was talking in the intro about playing Vex into those mobile matchups and Assassin. It's kind of a double-edged sword. Obviously, you don't really have any kind of consistent escape outside of your passive. You don't have a great way to... I'm using the pumpkin strats here, rolling on the pumpkin very loudly. You don't have a great way to kind of get away outside of your passive, proccing that fear and using that to escape. So you do have to keep that in mind, but you are getting that Gloom bonus. I think it's Gloom. It's either Gloom or Doom, one of the two. Every time they use a mobility spell, it gives you an empowered auto attack. Makes it really easy to trade in these kind of matchups when they use things like the, Akali Shuriken throw. Obviously, moves her, it gives you a free hit of extra damage if she does go for a trade. So Melissa going for an aggressive evade here. You see, at level 1, I'm kind of playing aggressively, trying to poke out the Akali. She's going to try and counter the invade of the Lee Sin here. Don't know what she was thinking, especially that Shyvana's not here, but Lee Sin abusing the Shyvana matchup here, playing pretty aggressively. Getting the slow shove in, kind of building a slow wave. Akali can't really contest the wave. And trying to, take advantage of my range here, kind of poke her out. We did end up getting the flash, which she goes for the evade, so I have a lot of pressure here, and she is running Ignite, so I know that I have pretty good kill pressure if I do end up landing a bit more poke. Gonna get the combo there, and there, it's that easy. So we're gonna pick up the Akali. She ends up falling, using my third ability to land the slow there. And we are gonna pick up the first kill under the tower. Bot lane, going a bit nightmare mode already. I think at this point against Shamir already has 2 deaths. Yeah, Shamir's already died twice. Pike did pick up a kill, but yeah, my bot lane's a little bit falling apart, so gotta be to keep that in mind. Gonna go for the recall. I think I have Amtome plus Lost Chapter. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. I mean, grabbing the Ludens. Rolling the pumpkin back down mid. So yeah, Vex in general, lane phase, you know, very much like Orianna, Ahri, these kind of champions where you want to be using your first ability to poke a lot, try and get a lot of damage down, especially in these melee matchups. And like I said, you probably do end up playing her more in these melee matchups because of that bonus you get. Looking for a counter roam here. I think we did see Shyvana in our jungle, so I'm heading down here to try and help out. Land the combo on Shyvana, it's a lot of damage. She's going to flash. Doesn't get her out. Does give me another proc of Bloom. It's pretty cool. Land the first ability on the Kali of the Shroud. You know she doesn't have flash. Land the ultimate as we jump in. Go look for the reset onto the center. Does not quite connect. If you're not familiar with how Vex's ultimate works, it's basically a super long Lee Sin Q. Flies for ages. Your camera even zooms out because it's so long. But if you do land it, you can jump to the target. There's a lot more damage on the jump than it does the initial projectile. And yeah, if you do end up killing the target you hit within a few seconds, I believe, you get a reset of it. You can cast it again. So she's very snowballing in team fights. Loves front to back. If you do get that initial kill, it's going to set you up for a reset. You can jump on someone else. Just keep blasting through them over and over again. Reset, reset, reset. Katarina style. But pretty good roam there. Lee Sin's going to look for the Akali. She's so behind at this point already. Just kind of off how the early game went. I come up to try and help, but I'm not going to get anything. I think I do get an assist because I tagged her with the Ludens or something before. So that was pretty lucky. But yeah, we're going to pick her up again. In a pretty good game state right now. Pushing out, going to try and grab a plate. Not really scared of the Shyvana, you know. It's kind of hard to die to Shyvana ganks. Even with the ultimate, you know, I've got all summoners. And my bot lane's kind of saved now. It was looking pretty bad, but now that I managed to roll bot, I managed to save it. I flash out the Akali ult here, not really sure it's necessary. You see, I did use the fear there to kind of push her away, give us a bit of space. But you see what I mean, like, she just decides to flash on me, and it's kind of dangerous. Land the ult here because she's getting kind of low, jumping in. She actually flies back to the minion. I thought that was pretty sick, but I'm going to pick her up with the third ability. So it looked cool, but she's just going to die again, and it's just kind of snowballing. Out of control for Akali at this point. Shyvana's also going for like an evade or something. First ability whiffs, sadly. But yeah, so coming out of lane, you know, 204. Not bad at all. Oh, I didn't actually have Ludens before. I don't know how I got an assist. I definitely got an assist because I remember being like, oh, I got an assist. But I don't know how. It must have been my third ability, I guess. It's just so little damage. I didn't notice. Grabbing our Ludens. Big power spike. As with all these kind of champions, you know, Ahri gets the Ludens, gets way stronger. Orianna used to get the Ludens, get way stronger. Nowadays she normally goes for a bit more passive build again. But can still build the Ludens on Orianna if you like it. And yeah, my wave clear here, just very solid. Gonna be crashing these waves pretty much on cooldown. Maybe looking for roams. Here I opt to just keep pushing mid because it looked like they were gonna win bots up without me. Actually, I'm always looking for this combo. Third ability into the first ability. Because it will proc the mark. And will help lower the cooldown of your passive. You get that fear up a bit more often. Also, you know, obviously slows the third ability. It makes it easier to land the first ability. You can do a Jace style thing. I do it a few times in this game, I think. I think I need a bit more practice to get more consistent of it. But you can throw the first ability and then put the third ability underneath them. And you see, just so far ahead here. Not even afraid. I just launch everything when she jumps in. She's trying to make like a comeback play to get back in the game, but I'm just too strong at this point, so just struggling a bit much. Game is definitely turning to a bit of a stop. We're going to go into Vex montage mode, but I'm sure you guys won't mind. What was my train of thought? Beats me, man. Waiting out the Garen here. Holding the second ability. I know he's going to flash for me, so I hold the second ability. Waiting for him to jump in, so I get the shield. Can't die to the ultimate. And this Akali is so mad. She wants something back. She's got the ult. She's got the ignite. But it's not enough. We're going to go ahead and get out of there. No worries. No harm, no foul. Was never even nervous. What was my train of thought? I definitely had a point. Puffer's Pendant, CDR Boots, Amp Tome. Getting pretty strong. Man, I have no... Oh, the third ability. Yes, you can do a Jace style thing. You do the first ability, and then you prop the third ability, like, underneath where you want it to go. And it's kind of like a faster combo. Less predictable than opening with the third ability, but obviously you don't get the slow that you can rely on, so that's something to keep in mind. Kali jumping in here, immediately pop the fear. Just killing Akali in the Shroud. Ultimate whiff, sadly. What a shame. Shyvana's coming in. We're going to try and kite it out. Get the little boots move speed. Get a fear. Miss the first ability. Just try to keep them here, you know, play on my range. Ow, let Shyvana E. Kali flashes in. Just not enough, my friend. Not enough. He dies in the back end here, but I'm coming to try and help. Pretty low HP, so I have to be a bit careful, you know. Oh, that Jin trap. That Pike! Easy double kill. 24-7. Definitely turning into a bit of a stomp. But, you know, the early game, it wasn't, like, super one-sided. You know, we definitely had to play to kind of get leads here. But I think Vex is definitely a champion that when you do have those advantages, she gets more and more oppressive, because her zone control is very powerful. And obviously, having that fear potential always mitigates people's opportunities to engage on you. As you kept seeing with the Akali, you know, she's trying to force these plays, but I always have the fear ready at the start of the fights, so she immediately loses kind of a lot of tempo in the way she's trying to kill me, you know. She can't do any damage for that 1 second, you know. She's kind of just forced away, so she loses more time. Yeah, it's harder and harder. Pike goes to the engage here, immediately follow up with the ult. Looking for that reset. See if we can land on the Shyvana. Lee Sin going under the tower. Still got the reset ready. Find the angle. Tragic, she had flash. It's still cool, right? That was almost a kill. Diving Jin down here. Definitely a bit of a stomp. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It snowballed pretty fast. We have really good champions for that. You know, Vex, Lee Sin, Pike. I think these champions are really good, right? You get a lead and you just run away with it. So, Garen running in here. Playing with that space. Got the fear up. Terrifying back. Back you go, sir. No more for you. You've had enough. I'm gonna go ahead and recall. I think I'm almost at the Void Staff here. Yeah. Have the Void Amethyst already. Gonna be picking up the Void Staff. I think I have Stasis here as well, maybe. Always a good habit to get Stasis. No, I think I just have the Void. Yeah, just pick up the Void. Always a good habit to get Stasis after you finish about your second item. You might need it earlier. This game, not so much. But against champions that know Vi, Nautilus, Fizz, Zed. These kind of champs can be really good to get an early stasis to mitigate a lot of their damage. You know, a lot of these champions rely on hitting these tools, so you get early stasis, makes you a lot safer, especially on a champion like Vex. If you do get caught by these things, you will die. But yeah, this game not so mandatory, so just gonna be waiting a bit more patiently with it. Bit of a fight brewing down here. Pike lands a kill, looking for the ult. Gets pulled by Pike into it. We're gonna pretend that was on purpose. Great work, everybody. That's team synergy at its finest. Absolutely beautiful. I think Senna's kind of given up at this point. But like I said, we're getting a bit more montagey. Jumping in on the center with the reset. Obliterate her. Where'd she go? No one knows. Grabbing some inhibs. But yeah, I mean, you definitely saw, like, against other champions, other mobile mages, this Akali definitely could have gone back in the game. But the tools that Vex has, the kind of the safety she has with the shield, with the fear, it's surprisingly difficult to get in her. And if she is ahead, then she has the damage advantage to take you down. You know, again, yeah, against somebody like an Orianna, somebody like an Ahri maybe, Akali could have found these kills. And any of those kills that she found, that's back in the game, you know. Getting a big kill on a mage with a shutdown kills their tempo so much, bam, they're back in the game. Throwing so much damage down here. Kali's not giving me. No, I flash. I W. We get out again. Unbelievable. This Akali is having the worst luck of her life. Godlike. What is that at this point? 1-9. That is just miserable. Miserable game. But, I mean, you can't throw too much shade. There was a, you know, excuse the pun. You can't throw too much shade. There was a lot of really close plays. And yeah, if I didn't have those early advantages, if we didn't get those early kills, that good roam on bot side, we picked up the Shyvana, we picked up the Kali again. The game might have been very different, you know, on those plays. And like, you know, Akali gets 1 or 2 kills and you know how it is. She's back in the game. But Vex has great tools to kind of keep yourself safe if you do get those advantages. And yeah, in a matchup like this, I should be ahead, right? Vex versus Akali. Ultimate coming down here. Dies to the Ludens. We've got the reset. Let's see if we can find anything. You know, I should be getting ahead, so it makes sense, but it's kind of just showcases like what you could do with the lead of a Vex. Of course, we're going to jump on this. Throwing out damage. Got the stasis here, but do not buff it in time, so we're gonna fall. Just one of those games, you just want it to be over, right? All 10 players are like, yeah, we get it, you know. It's done. Just press the FF button, guys. But they just won't FF. They're pushing on. Somebody's keeping them hostage. But we are gonna kill them all here in the base, and we'll find the Nexus. But not after one more death on Akali. But yeah, that was Vex for you. You know, not the most ideal game. It wasn't a barn burner or anything. It wasn't super close. But we got to see some cool kills. Got to see a solid lane phase. And yeah, maybe you got a nice taste of kind of what you could accomplish with Vex and get done if you do have a matchup like this where you can get a lot of value. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you do, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't enjoy the content, you could go ahead and dislike it. Just gives me more feedback. Also, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And if you want to see these kind of games live, you can check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/snitch. We are live every day, 10 a.m. European time. Well, not every day, Sunday through Monday. I need to stop saying every day. I'll get used to it eventually. Sunday through Friday. Sorry, Sunday through Friday, we are live, 10 a.m. European time. But I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then.